Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. This is just a random reading. I was going to pull some cards just to pull some cards, and I said, why not start the camera? That's kind of literally why I have a YouTube channel, but uh, anyway. Oh, on a very not funny note, I just wanted to, you know, it's not much, but it could be a lot, who knows, to put all of our energy towards uh, the well-being of Ukrainian people. It's heartbreaking what's going on there. Okay. Okay, let's try to take the energy back up here for this reading. Okay. So I'm using the Arthurian Legend Tarot, and this is one of my oldest decks. It's I maybe had it for 20 years. Whoops, I don't think that's in view. Okay, so we have this, sorry about the lighting, I don't have a lot of options of where to film, like, excuse me, like I'm doing some serious production, television production. Okay, focus, Jen. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Shields in this deck. This card is about making a house a home. This card is about being organized. Like this person would have a budget. This person would have a system for managing their affairs. They would every day make sure the dishes are done, the garbage is taken out, the oil gets changed in the car methodically. But since this is the queen, it leans toward the receptive energy. And that means this, you would feel welcome, and we'll just go with the stereotype. But it's the feeling part that I'm trying to get across that makes a house a home. If you worked for this person, don't, regardless of gender, they would be kind. Like, they would be like a nice person to work with. Like at work, you would feel like you worked as part of a family or a team at least. But she works. This is it kind of reminds me of strength, a part of the strength card energy, and that's confidence comes from knowing you can rely on yourself. So if you say that you're going to get up and work out or walk every day at lunch, um, or eat healthy, or whatever it could possibly be, do work on your book, work whatever your thing is, um, you do it. And so you feel confident because you accomplish it, because you're like, yeah, because I do the work, I put the time in. So putting the time in, or something you've put a lot of time into, whether currently or in the past, or you're starting, that is affecting the energy whenever you're finding this reading. And it just reminded me, I was listening to, I'm not sure which podcast, but I think it was Jay Shetty was on, and he said, it's reminding me of something he said. He said, have you ever noticed how things that are, for exercise, for example, things that are good for you, you'd never feel like doing initially, but then they turn out, you feel great. Whereas things that are bad for you, so like, you know, drinking or whatever, he's like, it's easy to start doing it, but you feel worse in the long run. I don't know, that just came up, that really, but that's that, sticking with something energy. What else we have going on? The death card. Okay, so I forgot about this till right now. I had been shuffling and two cards fell out. I got the death card and the ace of wands flew out. And I usually keep them out, but I put them back in. I said, we'll see if you come back out. And the death card was like, "Oh, right, I'm up for that challenge, bitch." So here comes the death card riding in, right? This is like the hunt. And it's really it's interesting because what I'm noticing is that she has her back turned. I'm sorry, I'm looking for something if I'm getting far away from the speaker. Okay. So she is doing her thing. She is in a groove. She is feeling productive and satisfied and confident, and everything's all under control, right? Everything's all under control. And this guy, whoever, whatever, can you see that in the on the white horse in the middle? He is like, I am coming for you. And I don't think, I should clarify, I don't see this as bad energy, but I see it as um, off-putting because of just the anxiety of I had everything all lined up. I was in a routine. I think I was fine. I was fine. I don't know if you were fantastic, but you were pretty good. I get, and maybe that's it. It's like I don't want anymore. I don't need anymore. I feel really good with where I am, and this dude comes in and changes everything. And I think it's a really good change. I think it's like falling in love and just having kind of really been good and happy being alone. Like it was good. And boom, income, or I'm not interested in dating. That really does seem to happen. Um where you yeah. This could be a job opportunity. This could be, hey, that house we've always had our eye on is for sale. Like something you have to jump on. And I feel like it's kind of like a now or never, like, although I don't know what the real estate market is as bad for buyers. If you're a seller, go for it. But home prices are really high right now. Um, but I mean, it could be like it's now or never for a gazillion different reasons for whatever this offer that is coming in, this person that's coming in with change. It could be the change of management where you work. There could be a restructuring, but with the Queen of Shields here, you are standing out as um, a beneficial worker. You may even get promoted, and that may fuck your life up in the sense, shake it up, I should say. Because you may be like, oh, I don't want to deal with people. I like just doing my job. But I think if that's the case, you kind of are already doing the job if you think about it. It could be not wanting more responsibility. I don't know. Let's see what else is here. Wow, the Chariot. Damn. So this could be something that you did instigate. So you may have put a resume out there, for example. You could have gone on, you could have, you, I don't know. Okay, so let's look back at death. It's transformation. I'm just getting different messages here. They're not all coherent. It's fine. So the death card comes in and brings in transformation. It could be um, usually inner transformation. We now have two major arcanas and a mature person. They've usually, to be mature, you've gone through some sort of spiritual awakening on some level. Um, that you're not clinging to like the negative aspects of these cards, the energies, and are the mature aspects. But really superficially, some of you could be losing weight, maybe changing up your hairstyle, buying some new clothes, Maybe you're just feeling, I think, again, there's a feeling of feeling better, maybe ready to get out there, get out and mingle. Um, I want to see what the last card is. Wow, holy shit. The Wheel of three major arcanas. So this is, yeah, I mean, this is a huge turn of the wheel. Um, Huge. But with the Chariot there in the middle, the Chariot is you taking action. It's cardinal energy, Cancer energy, which I never understood, but um, this could be backing. This could be like a business really taking off. Maybe you okay, so going back to that image, maybe you've upgraded your website or been intentional about it and social media. Maybe you're hiring your kid to help manage your social media because they tend to know more about it than others. And they know all the other, like I could have looked it up, but I would just call my son. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, oh, it's kind of like a YouTube. I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I've gotten to that age. I need Dr. Rick from the Progressive commercials. I've gotten to that age where I stopped at Snapchat. I had it for a little bit and I'm like, this is just the same stuff that's on Instagram. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. And, but having someone who, with the expertise to, this is a huge leveling up is what it is. And again, I think it's going to take you by surprise because I think where you're going to level up, you you weren't necessarily miserable or chomping at the bit for this. Well, okay, there's I keep getting kind of both energies. So um so I'm gonna hear for some people like, yeah, I was chomping at the bit. Okay, that's fine. And with the Chariot, um, it's definitely, the Chariot is sort of, it's kind of like this vibration, this feeling of I guess it would be like a race car at the starting line or a runner in the starting, I don't remember what they're called, blocks. And the minute the flag goes and it's time to go, that burst of power, um, that's the type of energy the Chariot brings. But it's intentional. It's, where do I want to go? You have to really have a plan, a goal, a destination. Yeah, so maybe this isn't for all of you an outside influence coming in, but really your inner transformation. Your, all of a sudden, I know what I want to do. I've focused on it. I've done the work. I've done all the research. I've, you like have become an expert in something. And it could be at work. I mean, just think about it. When you're in school, say you're in college, some of your classes for a semester are what, like 3 hours, 3 days a week? I mean, obviously with homework, it's more than that, but it's not 40 hours a week. But the job you're in, you're there every day. You're there, 40 hours a week, all year round. So think, I mean, you do learn a lot on a job. So make sure your resume really reflects all your skills. Like, don't be afraid to brag. Don't, it's fact. If you're putting it on your resume, it's fact, and you shouldn't be afraid to put facts down, right? That you have experience with all of these things. Um, like even when I was in college, I worked at a pizza place and they brought in like it was one of the first like computer order systems. Like it was old. It was in the early 90s or something. Um and for whatever reason, probably because I was a brash Sagittarius, I ended up being the one that helped them test and figure out the best process for using that system. And I have now done that many different times throughout. Oh, and then I worked at a retail tack shop, a horse riding shop. Same thing. She got a new system and I was like the one that figured it out. And then at work, I was part of a big software package system. I was on the implementation team. It's just odd. So if I didn't put on my resume that, something about databases, database implementation, large scale project management, because that is project management. You may just have such a good system down, you don't even see it as project management, but like every client is a project that you see through to completion. You know what I'm saying? So have your fire sign, or even better, your sword sign friend, your air sign friend, um, look at your resume and beef it up with the facts, because they're not afraid to put the facts down. They're all about the facts. The Wheel of Fortune is just shit, positive, awesome, good luck. I don't know what else to say. Um, Things are turning in your favor. This is full steam ahead, though. I mean, the wheel is motion by definition. Really, a water wheel like this. Um, Water wheel, is that what it's called? Yeah. But this death card, this change, this transformation's galloping in. This chariot's in motion. They have barreling in here, taking off, moving forward. This is a big money. It's like money. You're so money. I'm really showing my age with these references. Let's pull some more cards. Why not? I don't have anything else going on right now. You probably can't see shit. If I put I don't have a sticky over that, it would probably make the light better. I'm just gonna shut the shades and see if that helps. That's better. It's 4 degrees out here. Fahrenheit. Yay. Is that better? All right. This is fucking big. So we do have it. Well, we're in Pisces. We'll be going into Aries at the end of March, or like March 19th. Just a minute. That can't be right. March 20th. And then, yeah, into Aries March 21st. So that is action and movement. That's why I don't understand why the Chariot's Cancer, except for the cardinal aspect of it. But so maybe around that Aries ingress, you have, just movement, action, enthusiasm, just time to push forward. All of those? Okay. All right. So some of the challenges that might come up with this success, whatever it is it's a little bit of a risk, okay? The Four of Pentacles, this is the lesson along the material ladder that we learn, that we go through with the minor arcana. And this is like, I've made some money, I want to hang on to it. You can get a little obsessive about it. You can get a little, I'm not pointing a finger, but we want to hold on too tightly to something. We don't want to share. We become a bit materialistic and start valuing things a little bit more for security over relationships. So maybe that's part of the story here, is that it's like if you feel out of control in some part of your life, You may get really into things you can control. It's a little bit, cannot diagnose. I'm not saying you have OCD. Um, but the root of this card is where it can go to an extreme that it could potentially be, something like that. Just holding on too tight to and this isn't someone's fault. Let me just put it that way as well. This isn't someone's fault if they feel this is a coping mechanism that people use to varying degrees. And it is comforting at least to know you have money. I mean, please. It is. It's that security, at least if you have to worry about that on top of everything else, I mean, life is fucking stressful. The Hanged Man. So death is riding in for some of you, to get you out of this stagnant energy. Now, with the earth signs there, yeah, so if we're reading just the Crystal Visions cards I just put out, we have someone hanging on too tight, someone too stuck. Like this is a negative Taurus energy of just stubbornness and stuckness. The Hanged Man again is stuck, but the spiritual lesson the Hanged Man gains from his time being strung up like that is a different perspective, a new perspective. And this new perspective is clearly paving the way for this death card, this transformation to come in. We have the Star. This is like something of your dreams. I mean, the Chariot card is the ultimate victory card. And then we have the Star, the dare to dream, your dreams coming true, the healing card, the looking forward to things again. Something is like opening your world wide open. Yeah, I mean, and crazy. I'm not telling anyone to gamble, but if you're inclined to and can afford to buy a lottery ticket, I would fucking do it. Jesus Christ. Oops, my language is terrible. It's like a dream come true. It's a fantasy. So there is going to be a little bit of time where you're like, you're not sure, not sure how to process. Now they'll all fall down like dominoes. Take your time to figure out. Okay, this was coming up in some of the other readings I've done recently, is that say you're offered a job, even if you're like 100% sure that you're going to take it, make sure you say, okay, can I have the weekend to think about it? It's usually customary for them to give you the offer when there's like a good break. If they're like, we need to know, I had that happen to me once, we need to know right now. I'm like, right now? It was kind of shocking. And I did know I was going to take it, and I did, but I don't know. The job was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Let me put it that way. But allow yourself the time to really, really figure out what you want or where this is going. 3 of Pentacles. So now we have another card of work. We have another Pentacle card. So this to me is mostly about your material world, but it's changing because of all these major arcana, because of the spiritual lessons you've been learning. It's just like a boom, 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 like one after another. It's almost like it just broke free. You just had this spiritual transformation within, And it's just changing everything in a positive way. Your outlook, your opportunities, your energy, your focus, your dreams, you um you're you just really, again, leveling up and just in this groove. It could definitely be like a big promotion at work for some of you. I'm not really seeing any romance here for some reason, but it could be someone of your dreams coming in, someone you meet at work, but that's kind of stretching it. So if you're interested in romance, I'm going to pull some more cards. And we'll keep this other stuff in mind, but let's look more just at romance because that really felt like a pretty big deal. Um, work, career, same fucking thing, Jen. Or I don't know, like where you live, making a big change. Yeah, definitely a move. I don't think I said that. I mean, this could be a big, big change in kind of your whole life. You may move across the country. Um, you'll have like disposable income. Maybe you're making money doing the job you love. Because that Queen of Pentacles is really happy doing what she's doing. And it would kind of be like, oh, if I could do this, if I could scrapbook for my living, if I could work on cars for a living, which you can, but and maybe you're like, oh, but I wouldn't have the same pay or benefits. I don't know. Somehow something works out. In a really lucrative leveling up type of way. I'm going to stop saying leveling up because I sound like a jackass. Okay. Six of Cups. So something about your childhood, people you knew from your past, doesn't have to be childhood, but could be. But the Six of Cups to me, it a little bit could possibly nostalgia. We'll see what's going on. I kind of don't see that here. But sometimes it's looking back toward your childhood, and that's something in your childhood, a person, something you like to do that's carried through from your childhood will come back in the present in, a positive way, or could be an inner child type spiritual realization that really helps you to move forward with things that you had been stuck otherwise, because we have that Four of Pentacles under there. Whatever's keeping you stuck, wherever you feel stuck, that is going to break free. So the Six of Cups, there is this energy of this kid giving this other kid flowers. So it could be like someone there was. Okay, for some of you, I'm almost getting that it's like your friend's older brother or older sister, that nothing ever happened, because when you're kids, if you're 3 years apart, it's like you might as well be 50 years apart in age. They seem so much, the age difference just seems really extreme. But maybe you meet them again and you're like, shit, we're only we're like, there's like no age difference basically. Or there could be there could be an age difference, but that's what I'm getting, like something like that, where in as adults, it's kind of funny. So maybe you run into this person, maybe you move back home or wherever this new opportunity moves you. Now, you could be working at the same company or or move in the same neighborhood or whatever. But you may then all of a sudden just somehow stop at a different store, or go to a different place for lunch or whatever and run into this person if you don't actually move somewhere. 10 of Wands is, with the Six of Cups, it can really be like letting go of stuff from your childhood or baggage that you carry with you, um, that is dulling your shine. It's just expending energy for no reason to continue to carry this stuff. It could be that you have a lot of responsibilities, but I feel like it's more you want to simplify your life. You want to throw those 10 wands down and just pick up the ones you really truly need. You could be decluttering. If you're moving, this isn't turning into a love reading either, but let's keep going. um, it's This came up in someone's reading recently too. Like when you have to move, when you have to pack something up and move it versus, you know, throw it away, donate it, whatever it is, probably donate it. Or sell it on a site that you can do that. You'd be, oh my God, I sold tons of stuff. I had a garage just full of stuff, and oh my God, I was able to sell a lot of it. It's amazing. It's great. Keeps out of the landfill. But you'd be surprised what say you go through your closet and you're like, no, I don't want to. We have these weird sentimental attachments, like, oh, that's a t-shirt someone gave me from when they went there. I don't know. But when you have to move this stuff, suddenly you're just this donate, like to everything's just donate. You're ready to let go of that Four of Pentacles of some shit that you don't need to carry. So I think that's what this big transformation is. Oh my God, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. So there is just a huge change. Like you are done with something, you're done worrying about things, you're done carrying burdens that aren't yours to carry. Huh. It's weird because on one hand I get like too many boundaries, and then I get also not enough boundaries, or there's something about some energy that just is too stubborn, too stuck, too closed off, whether that's a part of you or another person. Breaking free from that energy is key. Okay, here we have some love coming in. Ace of Cups, and we have one more card. I haven't looked at it yet, but so here is an offer of love. But we have to let go of all those attachments to the past and just be open. Just be open. You do, I mean, her cup spilling over here. She has a whole pot of it. She made a whole brew. So maybe like, hey, do you want some coffee? Maybe meeting someone over coffee or tea. Or I mean, it could be a bar, but it seems like maybe you meet them at the coffee shop you go to. Um, I don't go to any coffee shops, so I guess I'm not meeting anyone that way. um, but what I mean, I think this is pretty. Oh, it's almost like two. You could say could be someone you meet at work because still have this Three of Pentacles here, but it's almost like she now is ready to offer her heart to that person because she's ready. She's broken free enough to give her emotions again. Ooh, so the Emperor. So I read the Emperor in a couple different ways, well, many different ways, depending on the energy, but it looks like she is offering her cup to him, right? he's looking straight ahead. The Emperor, though, I read as an energy in us, and that's an energy of leadership. Not turning into a love reading, is it? I guess there's a really strong, so leadership, making decisions that are right for you, because you're the one, not that you're not thinking about other people, but you're the one that's going to have to deal with the consequences of the decisions you make. So you better feel good about them, right? This could be a strong, so this could be leveling up in the type of people you date, meaning this is a mature series. This is a mature person. This is a person who doesn't use meeting people, and it's not a game anymore. It's an understanding that this is another person. It's about connection. There's a responsibility entering into this new relationship. There is, and this could be refreshed love. Someone may have gone, okay, another thing, someone may have had like a near death experience, like a heart attack or something, and or sometimes you just know someone it happens to, and it's like it gets you motivated. So that could be happening either to you or someone you're in a relationship with, or someone you're entering a relationship with. But if it's a current relationship, I mean, it could there's nothing like something like that to get these 10 of swords and 10 of wands on, that are like, you have to let go of stress and burden and shit that doesn't matter, because so much of this Four of Pentacles doesn't matter, really. Like the energy to put into it is not. Trying to figure out what's down there. Is that, like, it's almost like there's more money down there than what they're holding on to, right? But yeah, I'm gonna stop sweating the small stuff, overthinking shit. The 10 of wands is, I'm going to stop overburdening myself. I'm going to simplify things. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to start walking and working out. And I just see it like, but it's really positive and refreshing. So this Ace of Cups, it could be a renewal in your relationship, because someone in the relationship has really gotten over some inner child shit and changed their ways. I think this person, it's going to be like, damn, they look hot. Like maybe they just had health issues. And now that those have been addressed, it's like, oh, I'm not just a fat, lazy slob. Okay, that was terrible, but that's something I would like. That's the type of bad stuff that goes in my mind. That's not good. That's that shit that needs to stop. But maybe you had really felt bad, or they had really been feeling bad about themselves. And it turns out, there was something else going on. And once they were able to address that, whether physical, mental health, all the same thing, they're like thriving, and they literally look different, and feel like they have a whole new burst of energy that they're ready to just shoot off of those once that flag is lowered, they're just ready to move forward, or this is you feeling this way. I'm still gonna pull some more cards. I really want some more coffee, excuse me, but I don't feel like going and getting it. Okay, I'm just gonna put these down. I'm going to take all of these down. I still feel like reading, so you can watch as much or as little as you want. I want to pull some more cards. We have some sun here, though, today. And about 8 inches of snow. Nice. Let's have some more cards here for our reading and see if we can't look into maybe a romantic energy that might be around. You know, let me clear the energy because it clearly didn't want to. I think we got that message out, which is a huge one of that transformation. Just want to see if we can narrow in more on the romance. Okay. Oh, thank you. That helps. That just flew out. Face up. So happiness. What about exactly? What about your happiness? Your happiness. Defining what your happiness is. You can see how that goes into those other cards, right? What are you hanging on too tightly to? Where are you overthinking things? Where are you taking on responsibilities? Like, what will make you happy? What is your happiness? Okay, I'm getting impatient. A fire sign, I get impatient. Okay. Ooh, no shit. Hello, sir. Here's the Emperor again. Here's the Emperor again. Putting yourself front and center. And this is not in a positive, in a negative way. This is in a positive way. This is standing in your power, but really like focusing on yourself and improving yourself and taking responsibility for your own happiness. Look at this fucker. There may have been times you felt trapped in your situation. So you could have been with someone that was very controlling, and that's a very immature energy. That some people have, it's been a technique that's worked for them. They're a bully on some level. And even if they were bullied as a kid, which is terrible, it doesn't excuse their behavior today. Capricorn, that can be the devil's in the details. So the details are really important. But like that Four of Pentacles, you have to be careful that it doesn't go too much one way or the other. Clinging to something that you don't need to cling to. It's interesting because this and then they're like clinging to each other, but you can tell it's just love, you know. It's emotionally being there for each other. This is emotional manipulation. So this Emperor, I mean, in the best sense, because I'm obsessed with Ted Lasso, this could be like a Ted Lasso character. It doesn't have to be this toxic masculine energy. It can be a lead, you know, there's a difference between a manager and a leader. Okay, so maybe here we're going back to fucking work again. It could be a mentor. Maybe you're going to date someone of power at work, or you are stepping into this powerful role at work, which keeps coming up. But the difference between like a manager and a manager, it tends to be who's covering our shifts today, what's the workload, is everyone putting their time in right, you know, like dealing with those details. Whereas a leader is someone that, you know, motivates and is a good example and is in there tending to and inspiring the people. So this could be someone with those qualities, or you're stepping into those qualities. And it's very different from the devil. The devil tries to really control people, and the Emperor supports people. Wow. Okay. So, don't get hung up on gender, but when the Emperor and the Empress come out together, this is a power couple. This is they kind of have the whole they both have big range, I'm getting. So I don't know if that's a singing thing. I know nothing about music other than listening to music, but they both have broad range, and I see that in a really good way. They both have a lot of emotional intelligence. They both have a lot of leadership qualities. They both are secure. They both learned, yeah, the devil is not the key to controlling things or building relationships. That's the opposite way to build rapport, build trust. It's allowing each other to stand on their own, but also be together. See, it's kind of like, yeah, so they could be this picture, right? But they also are these two pictures. I love how did I not know I don't know if I just thought he was sitting on a bean bag. It's like a moon bean bag. So he's sitting on the moon. No, that doesn't make sense. He's sitting on maybe that for a minute I was going to say we have the moon and the sun, but I got him confused. The moon is here. I don't know if that's supposed to be the sun, is what I'm trying to say. He's sitting on the sun. Okay, focus, Jen. So this could be starting a family. Wow. I mean, that's really strongly coming through. So there's more of a romantic twist. You may be thinking of bringing a child to your family, however that happens. I'm adopted, so it can happen in many different ways. But the sun and the moon energy, there's just on a superficial, just very superficially, it works. It's a match. It's a really good match. You're both have the same priorities. You have the same vision. You have this, you know how to be happy on your own, and you know how to be happy together. Like you just both have the same approach, the same what do we want to call it, values, philosophy, in the sense that if like one of you feels entitled to road rage. So when you're in the car, you feel unsafe with this person. But for some, like, do you have the same values? Is that the energy you want to go around putting out? And I'm not talking about like, someone having to beep because someone almost caused an accident and you wanted to alert them or something. Although in Vermont, we don't beep. I can always tell when it's parents' weekend at the colleges, because I will get beeped at going, like, I got beeped at going half a mile. I got beeped at like 3 or 4 times. If I get beeped at 3 or 4 times a year, that's a lot. And I'm like, I look, there's all these out of state, and I understand I've been to Boston and New York and Montreal enough. Although, do they beep as much in Montreal? They don't, I don't think. It's more of an American city thing. But you want the same energy, the same vibe, the same, and it comes from the intention and the outlook on life and what's important. So I see this person as being, they've thought about shit. They've learned about shit. Maybe they were controlling in the past, or have been controlled in the past, and are intentional about how they approach things. Maturity. And maturity isn't related to age. I'll just put it that way. Okay, you took fucking long enough. Yes, sometimes I get irritated by my cards, and that one just fell out. Hierophant, that's kind of what we were just talking about. A philosophy versus the devil who's just ruled by their um, hormones and reactions, right? Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. So that is, oops, happy home. Oh, this fucking lighting. Happy home. If I hold my hand up there, it's better. Ten of Pentacles is the many generations, the happy family, the legacy. With the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups together, I mean, that is sustainable love, blending families or creating families, many generations. It's kind of the whole, because there's a richness to the Ten of Pentacles, but it's more about, thinking back about that Queen of Pentacles we have, it's more about um, that feeling of that Queen of Pentacles can make a house feel like a home. There's love in this home. Strength card, being vulnerable. You realize true strength doesn't come from trying to control like that devil and get people to conform and change, but it's about changing within. And part of that is going back to Ted Lasso. Like, what are the feelings? Sorry. What are the feelings? What's being honest and truthful and vulnerable? That's the strength card. That's our strength. Not trying to control other things in order to make ourselves feel better, but feel better. And then we can release control because we realize it's not necessary. Knight of Pentacles, here is that offer of a long-term relationship. This can go back to that job offer too. So maybe you meet this person at work, or you could work together. Maybe you start your own business together, and it's a home-based business. I see this though, it could be someone you're already with, absolutely. But for new people, for people who are new in new relationships, I don't know. I think you intentionally take it slow, but you kind of know right away. You know better than to just jump in like crazy, because I don't see any of the Wands cards, around this. This is more, although Emperor's kind of Aries, but um, there's an intentional and practical vibe around this. But it's vulnerable and intimate right off, let's be honest. But it's not like let's move. It's not rash. It's more yeah, the opening up, the talking about what really matters, the maturity of this relationship and of having had experiences and have learned enough to take a totally different approach moving forward. And it's one of honesty and communication, and also the freedom to allow the other person to be the other person. This is, the cards that came out in this reading, it could be marriage, but some of you had a marriage where you felt trapped and stuck in it. It was really unhappy. And this has to be different. And like, that's both a lesson you both learned, I think. Okay, I'm gonna leave this because this is probably a fucking long ass video. Oh my god, it's an hour long. Holy shit. For any of you that stuck around, wow. Thank you. Take care. Bye.